Executive presence is not some magical way of being bestowed upon you at birth. It can be learned. I know because I've learned it by paying attention to myself in real moments. For example, I noticed I used to start a lot of statements when asked my opinion with, I think, and it wasn't because I lacked conviction, but it was because I didn't want to come across as being too forceful. Once I became aware of it, I made a shift. When something was a point of view or a decision, I said it like one. Same thing with filler words. My default opener, and that's both written and verbal, was okay, it sometimes still is the word so. It's not wrong, it's not unprofessional, but it's unnecessary. I didn't need all the preamble, I just needed to be clear. Another place where executive presence gets misunderstood is in people thinking that it means you have to put a suit on to fit in. Now, I personally love a good suit, but I wore them even in tech environments where the norm was for everyone to have on a t shirt and jeans, and that's including the CEO. For me, executive presence meant showing up confidently, even if I stood out. It wasn't about blending in to be palatable. I'm also known for being calm in a storm, but that didn't come from training. It came from experience. When you have weathered enough storms, your internal bar shifts. So my floor became, did I die? If not, that meant there was an opportunity for me to try again. And that perspective changed how I showed up under pressure. I'm naturally detail and research focused, sometimes to a fault, and I don't love making decisions without doing deep due diligence. But as my role started to expand, I realized that I needed to be quicker and I needed to be more adaptable. So I put myself in environments where I had to learn those skills. It was extremely uncomfortable at first, but it was necessary. So earlier this week, I facilitated a session where I opened up by saying, I have a prepared agenda, but we'll take this where the team needs it to go. Look, the old must be prepared and cannot deviate from the plan me would never. That's what executive presence has looked like for me. It wasn't about becoming someone else. It was about learning when to be decisive, flexible, and how to communicate with intention. Executive presence is really just translation. It's turning expertise into influence. It's turning apprehensiveness into clarity. It's turning experience into leadership that people can follow. For me, executive presence wasn't about being someone else. It was about me showing up fully in the areas where I was strongest and then just stretching myself to grow in areas where I needed to. So, if executive presence is about translation, the first step is knowing what language you already speak. That's exactly what my signature presentation style assessment helps you uncover. It's how you naturally communicate and then how to use it more intentionally in real workplace moments. And you can take it for free. Just takes a couple of minutes. You can go to signaturepresentationstyleassessment.com.